Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we in front of us, the cult across the bread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology as we in front of us to get an idea of where your folks should be as far as that goes. Right? So we have 4 and 4th house energy for you guys is actually Aquarius, and your ruler, which is Pluto, is actually in Aquarius. It's retrograding back toward Capricorn, but generally speaking, 4th house energy points to home, roots, and mother. Right? We have the North Node, and the North Node is actually in Aries, which is your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. And we have Capricorn. So Capricorn is actually a 3rd house of communication. As we get toward the end of June, there will be a full moon in Capricorn. And yeah, I think I just mentioned it, but just in case I didn't, I was going to say 3rd house for you guys is communication, short journey, siblings. So definitely be some focus around those areas of life for you guys. But with all of that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 3 of Cups, which is Cancer energy. And challenging that, we have Death, which is actually the major arcana card for your sign. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. For some of you, could just be saying that, maybe there's a part of you who would like to get out and socialize, right? But at the same time, you might be getting in your own way around that because maybe you have these other goals in mind, right? So there's part of you who are like, okay, yeah, I'd like to be out socializing, doing my thing, but I have this other bigger goal in mind that's going to keep me away from that, right? Now, for others of you, another way that these energies could be playing off of each other too could just be saying where maybe if you come to the realization that maybe you've been doing this too often, right? Maybe socializing a little bit too much, right? And just finding that you're not really accomplishing anything. That could be why this is coming up as a challenge there, because it could just be saying, well, if that's the case, then you might need to cut that situation off. I will say it seems like it's a bit of a split between Scorpios out there, but I feel like that second scenario might actually be the one that's a little more likely. But we'll see as we go. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Magician. So the positive there to see this in the foundation position says to me that you have the power to make it go whatever way you want it to, right? So like I said, for those of you, if you feel like, okay, I haven't been able to socialize, for example, because I've been working so hard toward this goal, could just be saying, well, that's a challenge there, right? Find a way to get a little free time out of the situation so you can get a little bit of socialization in, so you're just not so imbalanced. Or for others of you, again, like I said, where you might feel like you've been doing too much of that, too much socializing, too much relaxing, partying, to where you feel like you're falling behind on your goals, then the challenge there would be to rebalance the time there. But either way, it looks like there needs to be some adjustments made. All right. In the past position, we have the 6 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy here. So yeah, for some of you, you might have already started to try to make some distance from a situation like that, right? So it could just be one of those things where maybe it's still a work in progress at this time. All right. In the present position, we have the 10 of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here, represents the last 10 degrees of Gemini. So this could also just be saying that maybe around the middle of June is where you're really going to feel like you're able to get that imbalance taken care of and moving in a more positive direction. All right. In the near future position, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that intuitively you're just going to figure out the right way to go around the situation. So like I said, either way, whether you're on the side of all work and no play, or no work and all play, right? I feel like this is saying that this month you're going to figure out how you're getting in your own way around the situations and making the proper adjustments. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the 7 of Swords. So more Aquarius energy popping up here. So quite a bit of Aquarius energy coming through, but what I'm getting with this could just be saying, so maybe the issue at play here is that for whatever reason, whatever this goal is that you're working on, you're not really sharing that with those the people that you're dealing with in your group, right? So whether it be family, friends, your romantic partner, you name it, right? It feels like this is, for whatever reason, something that you're trying to work on independently, not really even let others know that that's what's going on. So maybe that's where you're finding it a little bit difficult, right? Because it's not just, let's say, that you can't really spend time with your friends, but you can't really give them the actual reason why that's the case, right? So it could be causing a bit of a strain on your friendships because you're not really giving them a real reason, like, hey, I'm working toward the certification for my job, right? Or, oh, I decided to take up this class for the summer. Things along those lines where I feel like for whatever reason you're not really letting them know the situation, and that could be part of what's causing the strain too around the situation. All right, in the environment position, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this does make it a little more likely that it is the scenario where you are working on something. But again, like I said, it feels like there might be a part of you that would like to get a little bit more rest, relaxation in, but you're really just more focused on that. And now, the more I'm seeing the spread, it seems like the main thing is that you're just not really letting others know that that's what's going on, right? So that could be putting the strain where they're like, oh, what's Scorpio's deal? You know, they're never coming out anymore. They don't, talk to us as much anymore. But that's what I see with that. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Emperor. So yeah, so this at least makes it seem a little more likely that this is what's behind that, where you're trying to accomplish some goal, right? Maybe get a promotion at work, for example, or maybe even start your own business. So you've been working really hard toward that. So that could be what's fueling this situation. But at the same time, again, it seems like there's an imbalance. And like I said, the more we talk through it, it seems like the main reason could be because you're not really letting those around you know that that's what you're actually working toward. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So we do see some growth and improvement there, right? Going from the 8 to the 9. And this is usually a very independent energy. So yeah, like I said again, so it could just be one of those things where if that's genuinely what you want, that's one thing, right? But for some of you, I feel like it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I don't want to go too far into this extreme, but it could just be saying that that could be a slight risk there, right? Where, like I said, if you're working 24/7, let's say, and you never really communicate with your friends, and at a certain point they might start to feel a little alienated, right? Then it could put a little strain on the connection. They might say, well, we're not even going to bother inviting Scorpio out anymore because every time we do, they never show up, right? So it could just be one of those things. I don't feel it's going to be a huge issue, but that could be what you might start to feel toward the end of the month. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. So yeah, so obviously for not all of you, it doesn't have to be a situation where, like I said, maybe you're taking a summer class or something like that, or working toward a certification or anything like that. But at the same time, it does seem like you do have some goal and timeline in mind. In fact, where you're like, okay, I know if I really just push myself here by, let's say, the end of June, right, I'll be done with that, and then I'll be able to reintegrate myself with everyone else. But again, like I said, it just seems like there might be the crossed wires there around because you weren't forthright with, hey, this is what's going on. People might start to feel like, oh, what's Scorpio's deal? All right. From the Four Agreements deck, we have always do your best, and it says don't overdo. All right. It says always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. Interesting message there. And then, funny enough, when I did read it, it made me think of the fact that you guys do have Mars moving through the sign of Aries, which is your sixth house of work, health, daily routine. So that could be really what's fueling all this for you guys right now. So maybe you feel that energy start to alleviate a little bit when Mars moves into Taurus around just before the middle of June. All right, from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Treasure Island. There's the artwork, and the number is 9. So we'll see what that has to say. So yeah, before we even read that message, that's another thing that makes me think that maybe you have some goal in mind. Now, I do have to say, for some of you, maybe it will be a little bit longer than this month, because seeing the 9 there and thinking about how that's Virgo energy, maybe for some of you, it's one of those things where you wouldn't be wrapped up with it until, let's say, September. But either way, it does seem like you seem to know what's at play here, but you're just not necessarily sharing all of that with others. All right, let's see. Essential Meanings says the law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. The Oracle's message: you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. It's an interesting message there, because when I was reading the part about good fortune, it made me think about how you guys are the natural rulers of the 8th house, and Jupiter, which is often a symbol of fortune, will be in your 8th house of Gemini all of June, pretty much for the next year, more or less. So, hope it resonated with you. All right, the relationship message says your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is the time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because like we said, so I was looking at this as maybe it's more like friend connections, or maybe even siblings, things along those lines, just family in general. But let's say if that's a romantic connection, right, where you're constantly working on this goal and maybe not spending as much time with that person, right? That could be what that's relating to there. So hopefully that resonated if that's your situation. All right, the prosperity message says at this time you could be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in the reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude shall lead you now. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, right? Like we said, we did see some growth going from the 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. But yeah, like I said, it just seems like the main thing at play there is maybe there's a bit of an imbalance, right? Where you're a little bit leaning too heavily toward working on something and maybe neglecting your other connections in the process. But like I said, it seems like at least you do seem to have a firm goal, like timeline wise, in mind, and then you seem to have the feeling that okay, once I get there, then I'll be good to pick up those connections where they left off. But hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.